Hello and welcome back to Second Take Movies, a podcast where we give movies a second look, second chance, a second take, if you will. I'm your host, Preston Jenkinson, and joining me, as always, is my co-host, Jake Twito.
Hey, Berserker! That's what these movies turn into for me.
Yeah. We're doing Expendables 2. We're slowly chugging right along, just making it through.
Man, they lean into these guys' past in this.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot more focused, though. It's a lot more focused story.
Yeah. I guess having a revenge movie is a lot easier than...
Yeah.
I'm going to say it really quick, because I didn't last week, and I should have. Dolph Lundgren went to Clemson University.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
Do you know Dolph Lundgren's a genius, right?
Oh, yeah, I knew that. I knew he had like a degree in like chemical engineering or something.
IQ of 160. Went to Clemson.
And he plays dumb guys in movies.
He got this scholarship. I think it's called the Fulbright. I think that's MIT. Maybe. I can't. It doesn't matter. Somewhere really smart. And decided he wanted to pursue acting instead of chemistry.
There you go. The story of Expendables 2. Mr. Church reunites the Expendables for what should be an easy paycheck, but when one of their men is murdered on the job, their quest for revenge puts them deep in enemy territory and up against an unexpected threat. And Van Damme.
Church isn't one of their guys. Okay, we'll get it to
but
the end of this.
He gets them together again. The Hollywood Reporter, with our positive review, says The Expendables 2 offers the send-off adrenaline junkies are seeking before the more sedate pace of fall releases.
Oh, you know what? I meant to look that up. I'm glad you said that. This was a fall release, and that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think this came out in 2012.
2012
is what August. I saw.
Yeah, 2012. Man, God, that's weird.
2012. What was I doing?
Me, I was doing drugs. What was I doing in 2012? Oh, I just graduated college.
I was working somewhere.
I say college. I graduated at tech school, and I spent 4 years in it. Yeah, I started my first real man's job after working for the government.
Yeah, I was working full time for $10 an hour. Oh, that's my notes. The negative review from Renee Rodriguez at the Miami Herald said Chuck Norris is also in this movie. Although you should know that he gets roughly 5 minutes of screen time, half of those devoted to his telling of a Chuck Norris joke. This is as funny as the movie's self-aware humor gets.
I'm going to say that hey, Chuck, you text me. Chuck Norris probably is the highlight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, he shows up. Sorry for anyone listening and not watching, but he shows up with, shoots everyone. I'm thumbs up. You. I'm Chuck. Really weird. So top build, of course, is Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you think the number 2 build person in this movie is?
Probably a Statham.
E.M. Hemsworth.
Oh, he had just come off of Hunger Games at the time.
Yep. He got second bill.
Baby Hemsworth.
So when I was much healthier and weighed a lot less with the job around this time, actually, I monitored interns and hired some. And someone, I told them, I won't say someone, I definitely changed my last name on my badge to be Hemsworth and told them, I'm the other brother. I didn't get into acting. And they're like, what's wrong with your accent? And I'm like, I've been in the States for a really long time. It's gone.
And Southern.
I never corrected it. So like 5 years after doing that, other people that I worked with were like, hey, are you going to the film release? Like, yeah, I'm going to the midnight of that. Sure. Like the last Hunger Games. And they're like, that's so cool. You get to go. That is so awesome. I'm like, okay. It's in Anderson. Like after work, I'm going to go. Like the premiere for Hunger Games Part 2 is in Anderson?
Dear God, no.
And it's like, God, I never corrected someone, and some of you really believe me still. And I quit that job and never told anyone the wiser. I saw one of those.
They probably figured it out.
Some of them did. I saw one of those girls. She was downtown. I was with my wife, and she said, "Hey, Mr. Jake," which now I'm a dinosaur. And she was like, "I was just telling them that one of the Hemsworth brothers used to work with me, and here you are." All of her friends immediately went, "Yeah, like, you made it up." And I was like, "Yeah, I made that up to screw with you guys because you're interns."
I couldn't believe they believed that. That's dumb.
I was like, "I don't look anything like them. I have brown hair and I have a beard."
Well,
It's the way you look at people and your eyebrows.
the baby Hemsworth, he has brown hair.
Yeah, that was it. That's all it was.
The other one is on Westworld,
God, I don't want to talk about Westworld, man.
the oldest one.
I never finished it, and I never will get to unless I do some pirating.
I own it. So. Well, I don't. I own digital copies of it.
I got a MacBook. I'm just right back. What?
So it starts with the Expendables just driving into well, no, it's a stereotypical like Asian warlord driving through this town, and several atrocities are going on around him. And
I was so mad at you when this thing started. I'm not mad. Actually, I would not be mad at you for how bad any of these Expendables could get. But it was just like, oh, this is early 2010 action.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw John Wick 4 when I started this. I started this Friday late afternoon. I hated life. It was just like, after watching John Wick 4, best of the series, probably the best action movie I've ever watched. I watched that opening.
Snooze fest.
All right, close the podcast. We're done. Yeah, but like, is that even that whole first mission? It's not related to anything. It's just
the opening of the movie. Yeah.
Here's Dolph Lundgren. He's one of us still again. He didn't die completely. We still love him.
Again, from that first movie, I totally forgot that he didn't die, because I thought like 100% he died in that first movie. And then he's in this movie, and I'm like, oh, we just forgot about that? Okay.
Speaking of that, I got a Stallone quote.
All right.
Just right at the top, because we're seeing these people. Terry Crews is not a part of this. Jet Li is not a part of it. Well, Jet Li's not a part of the movie. Joked about it before. He's just not in this.
He just leaves.
So Terry Crews and Bruce Willis, I think, are kind of... You can't lump them in on this. Casting, when Sylvester Stallone was looking for people, he said, and I quote, "I like using people that had a moment and then maybe have fallen on some hard times and give them another shot. I like those kind of guys. Someone did it for me. I'd like to see if I could do it for them."
I don't think Terry Crews had fallen on bad times at this time.
That's what I was saying. He's the only one that's like Jet Li and Terry Crews. Yeah, I don't think you can put them in that.
No.
Yeah.
Statham either. Like he was doing a lot of stuff for him this time.
Which Statham is the highlight in this movie, action wise.
Oh yeah.
Later,
he's the only one that can.
Statham did more stuff.
He's the only one apart from Jet Li that can actually fight.
Let me ask you just a hypothetical. I'm taking us really off the rails here. Would you rather take a kick from Statham or Jet Li in the chest?
Probably Jet Li.
I don't know. I think I'd pick Statham.
Oh, would I rather? Oh, yeah, definitely Statham. Like,
well, the only thing I've got is I know Jet Li is Jet Li, but he's short, so he'd kill me.
That kick would come faster.
Back to the movie. Yeah. My fault.
My first note is: did they get those trucks from a Mad Max movie when that they come over the hill with? Because that's what it looked like.
Well, again, I know nothing about any of these movies. This is your first time watching them too, right?
Yeah.
I legitimately like. Oh, did they change theme? Is this post-apocalyptic? Like,
that's what it looked like.
I'm in. I was at that when the trucks came over the hill. It was like, yes, this was the best.
And Mad Max hadn't even come out yet. Like Fury Road hadn't come out yet.
Ooh, no, I don't think it was even like filmed or in. It wasn't a thought. You do get to meet, as they've said, Liam Hemsworth, Billy the Kid. I just have to point out, I know I'm jumping ahead, but they introduced this new character. They kill him right away.
In like 20 minutes, they kill him. Well, yeah, what's
This is
happening?
not needed.
Yeah.
I know that drives the revenge, but
Yeah.
they have to they pick up a job to go to Nepal.
Yep.
Is that where they go find the doctor?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember who that doctor is or anything. I just know they had picked up a guy that was a doctor in Nepal.
Well, no, they were picking up some Chinese billionaire in that opening scene.
Okay.
And then they ran into Schwarzenegger, who was also trying to rescue the Chinese billionaire.
Is his name Trench?
I don't know.
Yeah, Schwarzenegger's the worst.
And then Terry Crews.
First movie he did after not being the governor, though.
Terry Crews says to him, "I will terminate you if you don't give me my shotgun bag." I was like, "No, that's stupid. It's a better movie. Just makes me think of it. Don't do that."
No, it's not a better movie because later you get 500. I'll be back.
Yes, and other references to their other movies, and I hated it so much. But again, it's the sloppiest rescue on the planet. They just murder everybody.
Yeah. This is the last time I'll say this. I promise. After coming out of John Wick, this is just like,
Let's fire wildly into a crowd.
yeah, we're gonna save that one person in the middle of this whole gymnasium. I'm gonna blow the gymnasium up. They're gonna be okay.
And then there's a helicopter that comes, and then they take a motorcycle they had on the front of one of the vehicles and just launch it up to that helicopter.
Oh God, I forgot about that. Oh,
There's no way that motorcycle was meant for that.
my notes, and I know what I'm talking about now. My notes go, this movie gets bonkers too fast. This movie's like, hey, probably don't remember from 2 years ago. Here we go. This is dumb.
Yeah.
Seen Fast and the Furious? Now you're gonna crap your pants.
Yeah. But Jet Li has a fight with somebody in this thing, and it looks a lot better than the first movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the blood effects, which are totally unneeded, and the fighting editing is a lot better. Which I think we said it last week.
It's changing director.
It is. Yeah, Simon West did this, didn't he? Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize. I did realize, but I didn't realize the other one. The action's still garbage in this movie, but it's better.
We talked about.
I know it's tough. I got to try and remember 2014. What other action movies came out?
John Wick.
Oh, what a setup!
But this is 2012. But
no, this one's 14.
It was.
Yeah, this one's 14. The first one's 12.
Well, what's the third one?
The Expendables 2
And 3.
or 3? I think it's 16. I think they cranked them out every 2 years. No, you're right. This is 12. This is 12.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're right.
Not to say.
I'm looking at notes. You're right. 2012. Don't trust my notes. I was falling asleep.
Oh God! I typed in Expendables, and there's a fourth one coming. Expendables 3 is 2014. Yeah, so they cranked these two 2 years apart.
Yeah, they want to make sure none of those guys die in real life.
Yeah.
Which I hate to say that, but that's
They're all like pushing 50 and 60 and 70.
weird.
But last week we were talking about who is this made for? And last night I figured it out. It's like for guys that have Punisher stickers on their trucks.
Yep. Yeah. And guys that have motorcycles and think they're in a gang.
And if you live in the American South, you've seen both of those.
Yeah, I can name people. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you don't understand.
And sadly, there's a part of me watching these where I'm like, the people I know that probably really, apart from a couple that really love this, I hate those people. Mm-hmm. So it's like, nah.
It's like you have no clue. You have never read a Punisher comic in your life.
And they all have facial hair like Schwarzenegger. I mean, not Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Like Stallone.
Yeah.
What happened? The last movie, his face didn't look stupid. In this one, he looks like a dork.
I think he had surgery.
Wearing a daggone beret or
Stallone
I
had
don't know. I think
Stallone's famous for like having like plastic surgery. So
have you seen Simon Cowell lately?
no.
You're gonna have to look that up some point in time. Just
No time like the present. Simon Cowell. Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, right? I mean, like, I'm not one to make fun of anybody, but geez, oh, I did make fun of people, but geez, Louise.
Did they push his that part? Did they make that wider? What happened?
I think Harry Styles put his butthole on his mouth and just unloaded a dump, and it filled out his eyebrows. And he said, "Give me another one, Harry."
Oh man, Simon Cowell catching stray shots over here.
Yeah, suck it, boy.
They eventually escape and get on a boat and fly off.
Back to New Orleans. Well,
Yeah.
That's where Jet Li leaves. I don't know why I asked you earlier. It's in my notes. Jet Li leaves with a doctor and takes him back to China.
Yep.
Never to be seen.
And we never
again.
see Jet Li again. I'd be shocked if he's in the next movie. But Mr. Church gets the gang back together, so the description says. But he meets Stallone in the plane that Stallone sleeps in and says, "You stole $5 million from me." And I was like, "They did?"
Yeah, that was the dumbest one. No, you killed the people. Well, no, he needed to kill the girl's dad, and he killed the ringleader instead.
But both of those guys ended up dead.
Oh, they both. See, that's how much I remember. I was listening. Did they both die?
So what is this $5 million? I didn't see them take any money at the end of the last movie.
Well, that's what the job was. That's how much they're getting paid.
Oh.
So apparently he did the job bad, I think.
I mean, if the guy ends up dead, he ends up dead. I mean, but in that description, like, he gives him another job and says, "Hey, there's this safe in this boat that's crashed in this place, and here's this Chinese girl that's going to go with you because we're trying to appeal to the Chinese market in this movie."
Oh yeah, which is, I mean, like, I really feel like strongly they're like, we're gonna hit the international audience with this one. We don't care about America, which good. So that's what you should do. These movies appeal to international. Do not do America, because that's where you're gonna make your money. But they let Jet Li go.
Which is he Chinese? I don't want
to. Yeah, I know this, and I'm second guessing. Yeah, he's Chinese.
Okay, which seems like
He's
a slam dunk.
I think he's an. I don't know if this is offensive or not. I don't know what this word means. I just know it. He's a naturalized Singapore citizen. So he's
Okay.
Chinese, but yeah.
And
The useless information you have in your brain.
that's true. And Stallone's like,
Yeah, I got a potato in my pocket. I'm not vomit.
I'm not a Dago woman. I'm a woman.
And also, I knew right away Ian Hemsworth is going to die. He tells
We get this
Stallone,
whole
I'm going to retire at the end of the month.
story that makes us like, oh my gosh, he's so great. He's going to propose to his girlfriend, and
I didn't give a crap about any of that. I just
Yeah.
cared that he was the sniper because that's my favorite, and he had a sweet gun, and he never shot anyone with it really. And it was like, well, this is stupid.
he's the youngest one on the team.
Yeah, they make jokes about him like running up hills faster than everyone else once they get to
Yeah.
wherever they're going. Which Statham's not that old; he's 55 right now. So during this, he was in his 40s, like.
Yeah.
But they give him a short leg joke, which I just kind of feel bad. I feel like Statham's in these action movies, and he's with people that have egos that are far bigger than their own testicles. Mm-hmm. It's like Stallone dunks on him, Vin Diesel dunks on him, Rock dunks on him. But
So they find this boat, and the Chinese lady, she grabs whatever's in the thing, and then they're Baby Hemsworth gets kidnapped by Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I was in it. As soon as he popped in, I didn't know he was in this movie. I forgot. I said, "Yep, this is the best movie of all time."
I
don't care anymore.
I'm gonna say something
Show
controversial.
me his buns.
I
Show me the butt.
care nothing about Van Damme. Like I've never,
Jean-Claude.
I've never been
Coca-Cola,
like,
good drink.
oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme's in that movie. Ooh, I gotta see it. Never once in my life.
Man, there is something about that guy that makes me die laughing. I just like, he's incredible. All the way from his opening performance in Electric Boogaloo, the dancing movie, where he was an extra in a leotard. Jean-Claude, man, do some splits, show the buns, and talk.
But he does the classic, like, give me the thing or I'm gonna kill the kid. And so they give him the thing, and then he just kills the kid anyway.
They put that knife in front of him. Knee roundhouse kicks the knife into him. This movie went from the first one was just stupid. Then this happened, and it's like, oh, we're going into it now. We are now in like parody territory.
Yeah, Scott Adkins, one of the greatest stuntmen ever, holds this blade up to that guy's chest, and Jean-Claude just like roundhouse kicks that thing right in there.
So I'm not going to spoil anything, and you may know it when you watch John Wick 4.
He plays the fat guy in that movie. I know.
Dadgummit. All right. I didn't know it was him. I had no clue it was him.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's a pretty agile fat guy. Like,
yeah. That's because it's Scott Adkins.
I almost ruined a lot of stuff for you. Yeah, I was blown away. Scott Adkins, man, he's the best. I mean, he's right up there.
Like, he's Captain America. I think he's been Thor. He's been almost every dude's stunt double in the MCU.
Yeah, he's
worked with Statham a lot.
I don't think stuntmen get enough credit, man.
No, they don't.
Like especially when you watch movies where it's a stuntman thing. John Wick is a stunt guy movie.
Yeah.
And everyone in it is pulling their weight, but God.
Yep. I wish I could see that movie.
Yeah, so greatest drop in the world. Yeah, then this movie just gets really bad.
Yeah, because it just turns into a dumb revenge story. They don't care about the device, or they end up in this. I forgot how they ended up in like this abandoned town or city or whatever, and hold up in that.
They started. God, how did they? They bury him and they get in their airplane and go somewhere. Because they bury him in a random place, take a letter from his pocket.
I remember that, yeah.
And then so they go start hunting for him. The girl, that's what it is. The girl knows where they think they should go. I thought she was going to like double cross them.
Yeah. I thought she was working for the guy.
And they even make comments like, "What don't you know?" Because females are strong. Like that's the point they're trying to make, but it's kind of a slap in the face. Their sarcasm, not mine with that comment.
Yeah.
Just, so they go to that like New York village. What the heck was this place? I don't.
Is it Bulgaria?
I think it's a lot somewhere in. No, I don't know. This wasn't shot in Hollywood
It's
somewhere.
Eastern European. That's all I know.
So they go there. They camp in a place overnight. You get the bonding scene.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta ask you something. They say, "What's your last meal gonna be?" And they all say stuff. Are they all talking about having sex with each other?
Dolph Lundgren was talking about sex.
Okay, but Maggie Chan.
Then
the girl,
the Chinese girl.
Isn't she also like, I want to eat me some of that Italian? And
Yep.
they awkwardly look at Stallone.
He's like, I'm 30 years older than you. Gross.
Yeah, I got a cigar. I'll put that on your.
I'll pull a Bill Clinton and.
Bill Clinton. You know what? No. One of the worst but funniest things Terry Crews does in this entire movie is right when they wake up from this, he opens the door and goes, "Guys,
yeah," and pauses.
"We got a problem. Get down!" It's like
you should have turned around immediately.
Yeah, then the bullet tail end, and then the savior of the movie
Chuck
comes in.
fucking Norris.
You told me. I didn't know he was in this. You text me, Chuck Norris. Forgot. I finished this today. I normally watch these a lot earlier, but I yelled, Chuck Norris. I mean, it was like, yes. It's him and Dodgeball the whole time. Just, I'm Chuck Norris. I'm very aware of myself. He doesn't make a fool of himself.
No.
Nothing. It's just like, I'm Chuck Norris. I know who I am. They even have like Texas Ranger sounds every time he comes in. It's great. That saved the movie. Just
because
I fight alone.
There's a joke about like he gets bit by a cobra, and he's like, and then the cobra died or something like that. I can't remember what the joke was.
It's hold on, let me find my notes. I wrote it in the wrong spot. Also took a picture. I wrote my notes in hand. I took a picture of it. Really useful. Chuck Norris's wife suggested this.
Okay.
Chuck Norris is very aware of his place. Which I have to ask first, 2012, is this when Chuck Norris jokes were cool?
Oh, yeah. This was like the peak of Chuck Norris jokes.
I'm going to have to correct that. I told Logan about it. And she was like, weren't those out of their prime at that point?
No, that was all over Twitter, man.
His wife suggested it's Chuck Norris was once bitten by a king cobra. After 5 days of excruciating pain, the cobra died.
That's what it was. That's great.
We were talking about Chat GPT earlier. I told you that I'm harnessing it for evil. I broke it. I asked it to give me a Chuck Norris joke. It only knows one. Doesn't matter what I did. One. And it's when Chuck Norris does push-ups, he moves the earth.
Oh, that's the basic one.
So, Chat GPT, come on. Kill me. Send Skynet. You suck. But
you can't even do a Chuck Norris joke.
I got really bummed out, though, because he leaves. He's like, I'm alone.
I'm a lone wolf. Now he walks off.
So they, Statham shows up. They have guns. And he's like, there's a village over there.
Village just over there.
Thought he was gone. He comes back later, which is incredible. But you go to the village with these armed females. I really thought this was going to be they trained the females up to like.
I expected it to turn into the Magnificent Seven on the spot. I was like, well, I see where this is going.
Nothing happens.
Nope.
I mean, it's flat out like
keep going.
Oh, okay.
Well, it isn't in there to like explain like, which is basically the plot of the Magnificent Seven. Evil dude has all the guys working in the mine to get stuff out of the mine, and he keeps taking people from the town to put in the mines. It's like,
you've seen both those movies?
Yes.
By the way, I've never seen the original, and I know I should.
I like the Antoine Fuqua version, but that's me.
No, I do too. That was a really good
with Denzel.
Yep, and Crispy Rap.
Yeah.
Feel bad for him, man.
I'm starting
People hate him.
I mean, I like him, but he's not an actor. You know what I mean?
No, he's a personality.
Yeah. It's like you're just putting Chris Pratt in here to have Chris Pratt in here.
Which it's kind of a lot like, I get it, Star-Lord. It's him.
Yeah. I mean, he played he played Star-Lord very well a couple times, and then it seems like everybody in Hollywood was like, hey, can you do that for this?
Which is kind of, I don't know. I don't feel the same about Ryan Reynolds, though.
No.
I feel like he's kind of got himself there, but Ryan Reynolds is a good actor.
Yeah. But the same could also
brought to you by the sale of Mint Mobile.
The same could also be said about Sam Jackson, you know?
I don't think he's a good actor. I think he just plays himself now. I think he's capable. I think he can be. But he's at such a point now where no one's going to be able to think of him apart from he's Sam Jackson.
Yeah, but
kind of like Robert Downey Jr. now. I kind of feel bad that I feel like he's always going to be Iron Man now.
Yeah.
And he's a good actor. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Whew, dynamite.
I don't feel bad for him because he's freaking loaded.
No, I feel bad. Give me none of that money. there's a whole lot of bullcrap that happens in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's an action movie. You don't care about the story. You just want to see the fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But they still try and do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That burp snuck up on me. Sorry. They're going to go ambush the mines? There's so much stupidity. But
and fire a big-ass gun from a plane directly into it.
Crash
the plane right into the mine to try to save the people in the mine.
Some barrels out.
Yeah.
I was done. I was just... yeah.
I do love this moment where Statham is dressed up as a priest and he's walking through the church.
I want to say that.
An Appalachian man and knife. And he stabs him.
That was the best. I was like, yeah. That's what this movie should have been, one-liners and action.
Yeah. But nobody...
And that's the only one-liner almost.
Nobody can write a one-liner for anyone in this movie other than older catchphrases from better movies.
We really need to do Kung Fury sometime.
Kung Fury. I think you talked about that, yeah.
It's a short 30-minute movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's an indie movie, but there's a part in this that I wrote the note and was like, bring this up. It's related to it, but it won't make sense if you hadn't seen it. But that's good podcasting right now, right? Hey, man, I want to bring this fact up. This isn't going to make sense if you hadn't, but I'm still going to bring it up. I don't understand what happens at the end of this movie. I feel like they ran out of money or budget, and we're like, we're going to have big fights.
Pretty much.
Jean-Claude Van Damme escapes. No, they get stuck in the mine, too.
Mm-hmm.
Dolph Lundgren uses his IQ of 160 that he's going to make a bomb. And then lo and behold, the governor himself jumps out of a freaking thing, and I was not happy to see him.
Me neither.
I don't mind him, but yeah.
And then Bruce Willis shows up too.
And now he's one of the boys, man. He's just ready to like blast it up. Church is with me. We're gonna bang bang.
And in quick succession, Willis and Schwarzenegger have this exchange where he's like, "I'll be back." Willis says, "You've been back enough." Willis runs off, and Schwarzenegger says, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!" And I was like, "No, fuck you."
They didn't let him say the whole thing. They just let him say yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay? Oh, okay.
I think that's licensed by someone else, and they can't say it.
Really?
I didn't look it up, but I've got a note. I wanted to check and see, like, is that a phrase they can use fully?
Why not?
Like, Stallone owns a lot of the Terminator stuff, but I don't know if Bruce Willis owns that.
Stallone owns Terminator stuff?
Sorry. Schwarzenegger. I'm looking at Stallone, a picture of Stallone. Schwarzenegger.
How do you own a phrase? I don't understand that. Like,
yeah, it's like an NFT, right?
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, they should have finished it off. I don't know why they didn't.
I don't understand.
It's already R-rated, guys.
Yeah.
But Chuck Norris pops up again right there. $10 million. Like, snipes someone, thumbs up. He does a thumbs up again. I didn't care. I said, I'm back in this movie. I'm all about it. And then 2 seconds later, Stallone goes and fights the main Jean-Claude Van Damme. It is the dumbest. I don't get it. It's like, I'm going to have the final showdown. He's mine. You stay here. We're not going to all go kill him.
And like, he's empty, and he says, are you going to kill me like a man or a coward or whatever? Like, well, fucking shoot him. Like, he's out. He was trying to shoot you.
You know how incredible if they pulled an Indiana Jones and he's like, fight me like a man, and he just shoots him.
Bang.
I wish anything else would have happened, but
dead man can't judge you.
Done. It's not like John never mind. That's too far. But yeah, go figure. He wins.
Yeah.
And he whips them with a daggum chain and put like no. No. All this gets bad. This
pretty
whole
terrible.
thing ends. I mean, that's the end, right? I mean, like that happens, and then
Yeah.
he's given a new old plane that's at the battle scene.
Yeah, I don't.
They go give money to Billy's girlfriend, and then they take a toast to Billy on the plane while they knuckle bump into the credits.
The bros being bros, you know?
Speaking of bros, do you keep up with tennis at all? Mm-mm. One of my favorite tennis players, I think he's Serbian, is Novak Djokovic.
Heard the
He's
name.
I think he's number one in the nation still. He had scenes in this movie they cut, which that's crazy. Charlie Sheen was supposed to be Bruce Willis.
I could see that.
And then Donnie Yen was supposed to be in this as well.
Of course.
Donnie Yen.
But I hope Donnie Yen said, nah.
Yeah, he did. He declined the fire out of this.
I'll do a Triple X movie, but I won't do this.
State of the Union.
No, it wasn't
That's the one
State
he
of the
did?
Union. It was the third one. The one when Vin Diesel came back to try to make another franchise out of Triple X.
Ooh, hold on. Is Donnie... Oh, I gotta look one thing up. Sorry. No, man, that fire movie is trash. Do you want to watch Triple X next?
No.
I don't want to. Please don't.
When I saw that in 7th grade, I was like, oh, man, this is fucking awesome. This is great. And then I watched it
Okay,
again.
yeah. I'm gonna just... I was trying to figure out who else was in this. It's Bill Skarsgård and John Wick 4. Switching movies completely. Donnie Yen is in Wick 4.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to tell you right now, and not ruin it, it's probably the coolest guy, period.
Yeah.
Like, that's, again, coming out of John Wick 4, watching this, that's how you introduce a new character to a movie, and you're hooked.
In the
I mean,
last
it's like,
movie.
this is the coolest guy I've ever seen. This movie adds new people in, and it's just like, same crap.
Yeah.
Same crap. Nothing different.
Nobody cares.
Nope. Not one teeny bit. You know what have made this movie better? Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
Oh, yeah, dude. That would have been wild.
Jackie Chan and Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
Because they were all supposed to be in it.
Well, I know Antonio Banderas is in the third one.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. Cool.
Like, there's that wild poster they put out for the third one, and it's like 15 people on it. It's like Harrison Ford's in it, and
Oh, he's in it?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, he likes money. And
Earrings, boy.
Wesley Snipes, and
Oh, he likes money because he's got to pay taxes.
he needs
boy.
money. He might
Yeah.
be done with that by now. I think he's
I think he
settled
paid his-
everything.
I think he said, yeah. Jackie Chan. It's
That'd been
kind of
great.
timely. He got offered it. Jackie Chan made a comment recently talking about Stallone and Schwarzenegger and was like, all the movies they've done that are incredibly replaceable.
not in Terminator. You can't replace
That's where I was like, oh, I don't know Jackie Chan, but
Rocky
whatever he
and
says, I'm down with.
Rocky and Terminator. You can't replace those guys.
No.
That's where I would push back on that. Let's not make a blanket statement like that, Jackie. Let's calm down.
And he could have been direct talking about something else, but I think he had a new movie that is just bringing him press. But Jackie Chan, dude,
Did you see him in
That's-
The Foreigner?
so good.
Yeah.
So good. I'm gonna bring it back. Corridor Crew. Mm-hmm. Like when they do Stuntman React, and they always normally have a Jackie Chan one.
Yeah.
When you realize how much he actually's done, and like the American movies we watch, how much influence he's had and stuff, it's wild, man.
Well, you know, Michelle Yeoh was a part of that crew for a long time as well.
Yeah, I did. I forgot. Yeah, Jackie Plan, all good.
Well, as you can tell, that's
Jackie Chan plan good.
the end of Expendables 2. Because we've gone off and talked about other better things than this.
I give this. I'll give it a 5.6.
I had a 4.
I give it a 2 without Chuck Norris. I think these movies need a ridiculous, like Nick Cage, him and like Chuck Norris. Like Chuck Norris, great. You guys had that?
Yeah.
Boom. If you had another dynamite, huge casting, yeah, I think you would have gone there.
Yeah.
And sadly, like for me, Jean-Claude Van Damme gave me enough giggles to be pumped, but
He's so corny and weird and
Mel
dumb.
Gibson is in the next one too.
Oh yeah, just crazy unhinged people in that next one.
This is bad. This is so bad.
Have you found that big dumb poster yet where they're all standing?
I finally just found it and went, okay.
Everybody thought that was a joke when they came out with that poster when this movie was coming out. Like, no, that was actual. Ronda Rousey's in it too.
Ronda Rousey, what a turd. I could beat her up. You see my muscles?
Oh yeah. With that, let's move on to what you watching.
So I bought a MacBook, so I've got free Apple TV for a while. So I've been watching Ted Lasso.
It's good.
It's so good. It is so much better than I thought. I knew it was going to be good, but it's way better.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, football is life.
I mean, I don't know where it's going to go. I can figure it out some, but it's just like, man, this is fantastic.
You still in the first season?
I'm in like episode 3, so I'm not even that far in. Other than that, yeah.
But like he hooks you with his character introduction. Like he gets me.
Oh, it's bonkers.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah.
He turns around on that
can
flight to Coach Beard. It's great.
Both of them. I mean, my dad coached football, and there are people that are. My dad's not like that, but there are coaches like that I've met, and so it was just like, yeah, you're pretty much dead on the head. Like this is a Southern coach who's positive. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, John Wick 4. I've already said it a million times.
I will be seeing that Saturday, hopefully.
One of the guys that I work with, I was like, it's the best movie I've seen, and I don't know how long. He had the trilogy, like the trilogy Blu-ray. I was like, it's unopened. I've never watched it. He watched it last Friday. I went the first one. Immediately watched the second one, and then the third. So on Monday, he'd watched them all, and he's like, these are the best movies I've ever watched.
Yeah.
What'd you do all weekend? He's like, I watched John Wick. Okay.
You had a good weekend.
Yeah, he was like, it was the best. He was like, look, I have a huge sound system, and I was afraid the cops were going to get called at points because of how loud the gunshots were and how realistic they were. Yeah, this is great.
You know, that first John Wick was supposed to be like a direct-to-DVD or something movie.
I can see that.
Like, that was the original plan for it, but thankfully, they put it in theaters.
Keanu Reeves. So here's John Wick 4 fact. Keanu Reeves says 382 words in the whole movie.
Yeah, I read that the other day.
Okay, I figured you'd seen this article, and it is wild. The first one, he says 480. It's an hour and a half shorter. So, and then I had to think about it. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's okay, perfect.
I bet one of the lines is, I'm gonna need a gun.
Yeah, and it's a $19,000 pistol.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a 9mm, and I saw it and went, oh yeah, I'm gonna get one of those.
Once I get 19 grand.
Don't think I will. I'm
No.
gonna have to kill someone to buy a gun like that.
I haven't been
That's
watching
not something we want.
a lot.
Mentioned.
Like, I haven't been watching a show or anything.
If I didn't have Ted Lasso, I don't know what I'd be like.
Yeah.
I haven't felt like watching SWAT.
Kind of a slump right
Mandalorian
now for that.
today
Yeah,
was
I'm gonna
great.
I'm gonna watch that after this.
Ooh, yeah, man. It doesn't pay off the doctor episode.
I didn't think it does. I don't think that'll pay off till the finale.
Yeah. But you get a glimmer today.
Gotcha.
So,
Bad Batch. I've been watching
But,
that
yeah.
too. That's pretty good.
I need to watch that.
It was really good.
I mean, this is what season of that?
Second.
Second? I think I started the first and had a hard time continuing.
It's less of a kid show than the Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's my problem with Clone Wars. It's awesome, but I can't.
It's definitely a kid show.
Who? All right, Mandalorian this season. Who else do you think's going to show up?
Hopefully not another Jedi. A Jedi probably will show up in a flashback with Grogu because we still got to finish that.
Yeah.
Because Ahmed Best takes him out, of course. Which was great to see him.
Yeah, and I fully expected that to be Mace Windu, and I was really happy it wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see...
Well, he was already dead at that point.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forget the time frames all that.
He had already been kicked out the window. Which we didn't see a body. So he could show up somewhere else.
I was about to say something. When you watch the episode, you'll catch up, but...
There's a really good YouTube video that people should watch. It's Ahmed Best telling his story of what he went through after playing Jar Jar. And
ooh, man.
Have you seen it?
I think I've seen this, yeah.
He takes his 9-year-old son to the spot where he almost killed himself. It's really rough to watch, but... As someone who
makes me happy to cast him.
It's like the Manti Te'o thing. It's like... God, I feel bad for picking on him. I'm sorry. But if you have a suggestion for a movie we should watch, you can send that to secondtakemoviespod@gmail.com. And you can follow us on Instagram at Second Take Movies. Kind of ended on a sad note, but not a sad note, but like...
No, I think it is sad.
It turns out good for Ahmed Best in the end.
Not his redemption, like the world's redemption of, you all took a shot all over this guy. You almost made him kill himself.
Yeah.
And now, like, he's very celebrated. He's a good actor. I don't like Jar Jar Binks.
Great actor.
That's a good actor.
Great voice actor.
Exactly what he's supposed to do. Ooh, yeah.
So next week is Expendables 3. So it'll be the last time we ever have to watch these movies.
No, there's one more.
So for Jake, I'll say we'll see you next week.